The most significant financial event of February 28, 2026, will impact bank statements months later, likely in October or November. This cascade of 5 economic shocks, initiated by a military strike on Iran, is moving towards your wallet on distinct timelines, each disguised as an unrelated issue. The conflict began February 27, 2026, with an Oman foreign minister announcement of U.S.-Iran nuclear negotiation progress. Just one day later, February 28, the U.S. and Israel launched Operation Epic Fury, coordinated airstrikes across Iran, disrupting diplomatic talks. Iran retaliated with ballistic missiles and drones hitting U.S. bases in 6 Gulf nations, damaging oil infrastructure. By March 4th, Iran declared the Strait of Hormuz, carrying 20% of global seaborne oil, effectively closed. Normal traffic is 130 ships daily. By March 16th, 0 commercial vessels transited. The IEA called this the largest energy supply disruption ever, exceeding the 1973 OPEC embargo and 1979 Iranian Revolution combined. 400 million barrels were released from emergency reserves, the largest in the agency's history. Brent crude surged from $71 to a peak near $120 per barrel. Brent crude, currently around $100 on ceasefire signals, could reach $150 per barrel if the disruption exceeds 6 weeks. The current national average gas price is $3.96, up from $2.94 at the start of March, representing wave 1 of 5 economic impacts. We'll follow 2 households. Maya, a 31-year-old kindergarten teacher with a $58,000 salary and $3,400 savings, and Ryan and Jess, a logistics/hospital worker couple with a $94,000 combined income, $2,100 savings, and $3,800 credit card debt at 22% interest. Wave 1, gas prices. The national average hit $3.96 per gallon, a $1.02 increase in under a month, with California at $5.81. Diesel, crucial for supply chains, rose to $5.37 nationally, a 47% increase, impacting costs of all transported goods. A $1 per gallon increase in gas prices removes approximately $150 in annual consumer spending. The average household faces $748 in additional annual fuel costs. For Maya, this is $47 per month, impacting her commute habits. Ryan and Jess haven't adjusted yet, finding it manageable alone. Wave 2, groceries, 30 to 60 days out. Diesel impacts food transport, as perishables can't be warehoused. Freight carriers pass 60 to 80% of diesel cost increases within 30 to 60 days via surcharges. Grocery price inflation is projected to climb to 4.4% from 2.4%. Beef and veal prices were projected up 5.5 to 9.4%, coffee 5.2%, and sugar 6.7%. Adding a 47% diesel spike will force retailers to increase prices. Maya's $340 grocery bill could rise to $380 to $410. She's already batch cooking and cut a meal kit subscription. Ryan and Jess will experience a $55 unexpected increase in their May checkout total, attributing it to buying more food. They are unaware this is due to the Persian Gulf military operation impacting the global supply chain. Wave 3, fertilizer, arriving in October. Natural gas, the primary raw material for nitrogen fertilizer, accounts for 70 to 90% of ammonia and urea production costs. A third of global seaborne fertilizer trade passes through the Strait of Hormuz. High Gulf producers declared force majeure, halting exports. Granular urea jumped 50% in weeks, with New Orleans import prices rising 32% in 1 week. Midwest retailers are not quoting prices due to delivery uncertainty for the spring 2026 planting season. This shortage will be felt in October during harvest. Maya, unable to fully protect herself, is looking into a chest freezer. Ryan and Jess will be surprised by rising grocery costs, unaware of the fertilizer connection. Waves 1 through 3, gas, groceries, fertilizer, affect everyone regardless of income. Waves 4 and 5 create a widening gap between prepared and unprepared individuals. Wave 4 airfare. Jet fuel surged over 60% after the Strait closure, a major airline operating cost. Airlines are projected to increase fares by 15 to 30% for summer 2026 travel, with June and July seeing the biggest increases. Spirit Airlines fares jumped 124% in 1 week. These higher fares are baked into models months in advance and don't decrease quickly. Maya booked her July flight for $287 round trip after her mom's advice. The same route is now $341. Ryan and Jess, who have been delaying booking flights, will face significantly higher costs. Wave 5 interest rates. Markets initially priced in multiple Fed rate cuts for 2026, expecting lower mortgage and car loan rates and relief on credit card APRs. This expectation is now diminished. The Federal Reserve held rates at 3.50 to 3.75% in March 2026. Higher oil prices increase inflation while simultaneously slowing consumer spending and employment, creating a bind for the Fed's dual mandate. Recession probability is now 30 to 50% depending on the strait's disruption duration. 30-year mortgage rates are 6.22 to 6.45%, up from 5.87% in February. Auto loan rates are around 7% for good credit. Average credit card APRs range from 21 to 24%, with Americans holding $1.277 trillion in credit card debt at these rates. For Maya, the rising mortgage rate is frustrating, but her 4.2% savings, no credit card debt, and stable index fund investments position her to weather the storm. Ryan and Jess's $3,800 credit card balance at 22% is now more expensive to carry, with the refinancing window shrinking. Average equity investors have underperformed the S&P 500 for 15 consecutive years, losing an estimated 850 basis points in 2024 alone. This is due to selling during volatility and buying back after recovery, a behavior that misses crucial market upswings. Missing just the 10 best trading days per decade since 1930 could turn a nearly 15,000% total return into just 91%. Volatility is where long-term wealth is built for those who stay invested, rather than letting primal fear dictate decisions. Maya's index funds are down on paper, but she's not panicking. Ryan's 401k statement made him feel sick, leading to avoidance. Unless Ryan acts within 90 days, he risks locking in a loss. Actionable steps. Bolster your emergency fund and ensure it earns competitive interest. Nearly half of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency. High-yield savings accounts currently offer 4.0 to 4.2%, significantly higher than the national average of 0.39%. Attack high-interest credit card debt aggressively. Paying off a 22% APR card is mathematically equivalent to a guaranteed, tax-free 22% return. Do not stop investment contributions. Shares bought during volatility can be among the best investments. Book summer travel flights immediately. Renegotiate freight contracts for small businesses before diesel surcharges fully hit. The conflict's duration is uncertain. A quick resolution could mean contained damage, while a prolonged disruption will compound into a food price crisis by fall. Households that navigate economic shocks best are not the highest earners, but those who adjust earliest. Ryan and Jess will likely spend 2026 wondering why costs are rising and carrying debt longer. Maya adjusted proactively, understanding what was coming before it arrived. The difference is paying attention slightly earlier and taking 5 simple actions. Most will remain confused throughout 2026. The choice is between informed action or merely complaining.